She suddenly realized she was already dead. But the creepiest part? She has absolutely zero memory of how she died. Her soul is trapped inside this cold, empty train station. No matter how hard she tries to walk out the exit, an invisible barrier violently pushes her back. With nowhere to go, she's doomed to wander the platforms day after day, a lost ghost who can't even remember her own demise. That is, until one late night. An old man walks into the station with his dog. Lisa immediately senses something is off. The man ties his dog to a bench and slips a suicide note into its collar. Realizing he's about to jump onto the tracks, Lisa rushes forward, screaming and trying to stop him. But they are worlds apart. The old man can't hear a thing. Amidst blinding lights and a deafening roar, the tragedy unfolds right before her eyes. The next day, the station returns to its usual hustle and bustle. Suddenly, Lisa spots a familiar figure in the crowd. It's the old man from last night. Turns out, he's a ghost now too, trapped right here on platform 7. Lisa approaches him, but the interaction between the two lost souls is anything but pleasant. The man, Edward, remembers every single detail of his suicide, while Lisa is completely clueless about hers. Edward warns her. The brain hides painful memories as a defense mechanism.
Except that some memories are meant to be hidden. Let that genie out of the bottle you may regret it.
Since she's already dead, it's best to leave Pandora's box closed. But how could Lisa just let it go? Later that day, a special group of visitors arrives at the platform. A grieving black couple and a haggard young man, holding a bouquet of lilies. It's the 1-year anniversary of Lisa's death. These three are her parents and her boyfriend, Matt. Seeing her loved ones completely heartbroken tears Lisa apart. As Matt turns to leave and heads for the ticket gates, Lisa instinctively follows him. And then, a miracle happens. Driven by her intense attachment to her boyfriend, she passes right through the invisible wall that had been keeping her prisoner. Finally free, Lisa tails Matt all the way back to the apartment they used to share. The familiar setup of the apartment triggers countless sweet memories. But when she notices a newspaper on the table, she freezes. The headline claims she died by suicide due to mental health issues. Lisa is utterly confused. In her fragmented memories, she had a teaching job she loved, a caring family, and a sweet boyfriend. Her life was perfect. How could she have suddenly developed severe depression and jumped in front of a train without any warning? Meanwhile, Lisa isn't the only one questioning the case. A young transit cop, who handled the old man's suicide, spots some major red flags while reviewing Lisa's old case file. She didn't leave a suicide note. Even weirder is the route she took that night. Instead of taking the well-lit main road from her apartment to the station, she detoured into a dark, isolated alley, eventually scaling a security fence to get to the tracks. This frantic, erratic path doesn't look like someone ready to end their life. It looks like someone running for their life, trying to escape a terrifying pursuer. Following the breadcrumbs, the cop tracks down Lisa's best friend, who drops a massive bombshell. Before she died, Lisa repeatedly mentioned that Matt's roommate and co-worker, Richard, was constantly lurking outside her apartment in the dead of night. He even crashed Lisa's birthday party uninvited, hiding in the corner all night, staring at her with a bone-chilling gaze. Armed with this clue, the cop pays Richard a visit. Confronted by the police, Richard panics and lies through his teeth, desperately trying to distance himself from Lisa. When his lies are exposed, he flies into a rage and physically kicks the cop out. Lisa, who has been tailing the cop, witnesses the whole thing, and her suppressed memories start to surface. She remembers Richard's creepy stares and the sheer terror she felt around him. What convinces her even more is what happens next. After kicking the cop out, Richard completely loses it. He sprints all the way to Lisa's grave, bowing his head in agonizing repentance.
I'm so sorry.
All signs point to one thing. Richard is absolutely involved in her death. Desperate to uncover the true face of her killer, Lisa heads back to Matt's apartment to look for more clues. But what she sees sends shivers down her spine. Not only has Matt brought home a beautiful new girlfriend, but he's also playing the perfect victim right in front of her. With a flawless performance, Matt complains to the new girl that Lisa was a complete control freak, checking his phone, stalking him at the hospital, and draining the life out of him. He claims he had to break up with her to save himself, and in a twisted act of revenge, Lisa threw herself in front of a train. Listening to her ex twist the truth and staring at his incredibly fake, hypocritical face, Lisa collapses on the bathroom floor in pure devastation. But then, she spots it, a dark hoodie hanging on the rack. The style, the texture, it's an exact match to the mysterious figure in the CCTV footage who drove her to her death. In that instant, the chains on her memory shatter completely. The horrifying events of that fateful night flood back into her mind. There was no murder by a creepy roommate. There was no suicide caused by depression. The killer who relentlessly chased her down that dark alley, forced her onto the tracks, and left her to be crushed under the wheels, was none other than the man who claimed to love her. The same man currently playing the victim in the living room, Matt.
Did we
was right.